Hello and welcome. My name is Jennifer Raye, and in today's yoga practice, we're going to work with a really simple and balancing yin-yang style practice. So we'll start with a more active or yang style practice, and then we'll slowly transition to a more yin yoga style practice. For today's practice, you'll need a few props. So it's helpful if you have blocks, a yoga strap, and then also some sort of cushion like a bolster or a blanket. I hope you enjoy the class. We'll begin practice today with a short seated meditation. So you can sit up on something like I am, either sitting up on your bolster or a folded blanket, and just make sure that you're comfortable and at ease. So you could place one ankle in front of the other like I am, or take another position that's comfortable for your body. Go ahead and place the palms of your hands down on your legs and begin to either close your eyes or soften your gaze to the floor. I'm just taking a few moments here to simply arrive, feeling the dropping of the sitting bones. Allow the weight of your body to drop towards the earth. You can rock a little bit side to side or front to back until you find that midline in the body steady and stable. And with every breath you take, continue to feel this dropping and settling right here. Relax your shoulders, soften your belly, and simply arrive. Perhaps it's been a busy day. It's really taking this opportunity to collect your attention right here. Invite your breath to be soft and slow. And if you observe rough areas in the breath, see if you can smooth the breath out as you continue to feel into this quality of sinking, inviting those sitting bones to drop. Feel the light lifted quality of your spinal column. Reach right from the base of your skull upwards. Broaden your chest. And continue to feel this flow of inhale and exhale. Collect and gather your attention right here. In today's practice, we're working with the qualities of yin and yang. Yin being more receptive, perhaps softer, and yang being more active or dynamic. We could also think of these qualities like sthira and sukha, words from our yoga tradition. Sthira meaning more stability, steadiness, and sukha bringing this quality of ease or softness into our experience and our practice today. Perhaps touching both of these qualities right here in the body and the mind. Steady but at ease. embodying both qualities of yin and yang. Go ahead and take a deep breath now. And you can open your mouth, let it go. And then slowly close mouth, begin to breathe once again through your nostrils. And you can slowly open the eyes if they've been closed. And from here, we'll just bring one hand to the floor beside us. Other hand reaches upwards. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale, we'll side bend. And keep the sitting bones for the most part grounded, and really lengthen now out through your side body. And feel the expansion of your ribs. And inhale to come back through center. Let's do other side, bringing the hand down to the floor. Reach up. And exhale to side bend. And grounding the sitting bones as long as that's comfortable. And find the length right out of your side body. All the way from your hip up through the side of the ribs. And feel the expansion of your breath. Good, and then coming all the way back through center. Let's take a twist. You take one hand to the knee and turn to the side. And take the opposite arm out behind you, either to the bolster or the floor. And turn from your lower abdomen now. Really twist and turn the belly open to the side. Broaden your chest. Roll your back arm behind you. Good, and then returning back through center. Let's try other side, reaching out behind you. Hand goes to knee. Lift up and turn. Really turn from the lower abdomen as you twist. And spread your collarbones. And roll the arm behind you a little further back as you twist. Good, and then returning through center. You can take your hands to either side of the legs, draw your knees together, and extend your feet right out in front of you. Let's pause here, press out through your heels, and press the thigh bones down towards the floor. Let's bring our hands behind us and lift up, reach the chest nice and high. Good, and then let's pop the props off to one side and come onto all fours. Coming down onto all fours. Spreading the palms of your hands, reach your fingers towards the top of your mat and really plug into the roots of the fingers, especially the root of the thumb. Good, from here, tuck all 10 toes. Let's reach the sitting bones all the way up, downward facing dog. Now maybe this is the first dog of the day, so you can walk it out a little bit, bending one knee and then the other if that feels good. Keep spreading the palms of the hands. Reach and lengthen now the back line of the legs. So press the thigh bones away from your belly and reach your sitting bones up. Drop the weight of your skull. Enjoy a deep sea swell of breath. And in each of our postures today, embodying these qualities of stability and ease. So even in a more active variation like our downward dog, finding this quality of sukha, a more yin quality of ease. Beautiful. From here, step your right foot forward, and you can drop the back knee down towards the floor. Ground down through the front foot. And inhale, let's bring our hands to the top leg. Press your thigh bone down and lift the chest up. Good. From here now, let's bring the palms together in a prayer position and we'll twist. You hook the elbow to the outside of the knee. And press the knee to the elbow, elbow to the knee, and turn your belly. Keep reaching your spine long as you twist. Now move on the exhale. Beautiful. And then look down, see the balance, step back, downward facing dog. Deep breath. And stepping left foot forward. And you drop the back leg, ground down through that front foot. Let's bring our hands to the front leg. Press the thigh bone a little bit down towards the floor. And lengthen up through the front of the body. Good. Let's bring the palms of the hands together for a twist. You hook the elbow to the outside of the knee. And press elbow to knee, knee to elbow, and turn your belly open. Move on the exhale. Beautiful. Look down, see the balance, step back, downward facing dog. Reach the sitting bones nice and high now. Let's lift the heels up and reach sitting bones a little bit higher and then press your heels back and down. Good, and then we'll step the feet or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, deepen the fold. Press down through the feet, bend the knees. Inhale to rise, reach up. And exhale to heart center. Bring your hands to your sides. Here we go. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway up. Reach the chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and drop the back heel towards the earth. Okay, so now ground down through that outer edge of the back foot. Bring your hands to the inside of your front foot and inhale to reach up for the side angle. Now from here, you could bring your block to the inside of the front foot. See how I've done that? So you could have your hand to the block this way. And then we bring the arm overhead. Okay. Now press down through the feet, especially that outer edge of the back foot. And turn your belly open to the side of the mat. Reach and lengthen your side body all the way from the back heel out through the fingers. Find your stability, the sthira. Good, and then look down, step back, downward facing dog. 3 complete breaths, spread the fingers. Drop the weight of your skull. Good, and then let's take other side. So stepping left foot through. And from here, once again, you drop the back heel. Ground down through the outer edge of that back heel, and you can use a block here if you'd like so. Reach the opposite arm up overhead. Or you're bringing the hand all the way down to the floor. Okay, now turn your belly open to the side of the mat. Reach out through your upper arm all the way from the outer edge of the back heel. Beautiful. Look down and step back, downward facing dog. Three complete breaths.
then we'll come all the way down to the floor. Let's bring the knees wide, feet together, and drop your sitting bones down towards the earth, releasing the head. Now, as you settle here, we're going to move into a few yin yoga poses. So you can use props here. We're going to stay in the yin yoga style shapes for a number of minutes, anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes. So there's lots of time for you to slowly sink into the poses. You're welcome to use props to support yourself. Maybe doing something like so. If this is difficult for your knees or your hips, you could always place something underneath you to support yourself that way. Once you have landed, release any tension in your face and aim to embody this more yin quality, passivity, receptivity, letting go of the doing and aiming to focus more on the being. Aim to relax your jaw. Feel the dropping of your outer hips down towards the earth. Traditionally, yin and yang are described as the sunny and the shady sides of the mountain. So qualities that are more yin are associated with the dark side of the yin-yang symbol. And qualities that are more yang are associated with the bright or the white light side. And the Taoist philosophy teaches that we need both, yin and yang. They're complementary opposites. They support and nourish one another, yin and yang. So in our practice, yin and yang can both be very nourishing. At times we need the yang to create more circulation, more heat in the body, more flow. And at other times we need the yin, the nourishment of stillness and rest, recuperation. Enjoy one more complete breath here. And then slowly, slowly walk your hands back towards your body and lift and place the knees together. And we'll shift onto the hips and bring our feet right out in front of us. For our next setup here, we're going to take a wide-legged forward fold, what we call Dragonfly in the Yin Yoga style. You can sit on the floor or sit up on a little bit of height, like a folded blanket or a bolster. What you're looking for here is a bit of a tilt in the pelvis so that we're not putting undue pressure on the lower back. If you tend to really round back into the lower back, then you're going to want a little height. There are lots of variations of this posture. You could place more support underneath your legs here if that is helpful for you. You can support your head as you come forward as well.
So do what feels comfortable. We'll fold forward from the hips, eventually finding a place that feels like there is some stretch or pressure in the tissues, but nothing ever that feels like pain. Again, we're going to stay in this posture for a longer period of time. So make sure that you are in a place that feels pretty manageable. Could do this with your head, supporting the head this way. Some yogis do like to have the head just hanging. If you're doing that, just make sure that it is comfortable for your neck. I don't recommend doing that if you do have some neck issues or concerns, any history of neck injury. Once you've arrived, you can softening the legs. Drop your shoulders. Soften any areas of tension that you discover. So once again, really embodying this yin quality of surrender. Surrendering to this moment. Now, even within the yin, there's a spark of yang. So just like the yin-yang symbol, there is that opposite color dot on each side. So even within our yin yoga practice, we can still embody a yang quality through our clarity of mind. And so for the next about 2 minutes, bring your attention to the movement of breath. It's like a little mini meditation. Simply observe the inhale and the exhale. And over time, you might discover that there's a little bit more space or suppleness in the tissues, and you're able to drop a little bit deeper. But don't force, don't push. So the practice of yin yoga, you may know, really relies on this principle of allowing the body to open gradually, to respond to the posture over time. So as soon as we start pushing or forcing ourselves into a deeper expression, we start to move away from the practice of yin yoga. So here instead, see if you can just relax and accept right where you are, knowing that if you're feeling some pressure, if you're feeling some sensation in the tissues, that the posture is doing its good work.
Enjoy one more breath. And then slowly, slowly roll yourself back up to seated. You can bring your hands to the outsides of your legs and just gently draw your legs together. And then release your hands out behind you for a moment. Take a deep breath through the front of the body. Open your chest. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come onto the wall. So you can throw your legs up the wall. And I recommend having a strap for this next one. So if you do have a strap, we'll bind the legs. So from here, you're going to come right up against the wall. You shift your hips against the wall, and then you throw your legs up like so. Now to start, let's just bring the feet together and the knees apart like so. You're welcome to just place your hands at your sides if that's comfortable. Now, if this is feeling inaccessible, you can always have your feet, higher up. Let's find a place that feels appropriate for you. Now, this isn't a big stretch per se, but we're still really activating all of the energetic channels in this pose and the physical tissues. And simply having the feet up the wall and the legs up the wall can be very therapeutic, very calming. Once you have settled, feel your lower back drop and invite your abdomen to soften. Returning to our exploration of yin and yang. Think of yin and yang as balancing one another. So at times, a person may have too much yin or too much yang, and then the opposite is needed. So within traditional Chinese medicine, within Taoist philosophy, when there's an imbalance between yin and yang, this is when we have disease. And so we're always trying to create or seek out balance, balancing these two polar opposites. Now, of course, a lot of our lives, a lot of our culture, our modern day culture is very yang. It's very active. Many of us are pursuing our goals. We're moving very fast. We're consuming a lot of media and information. So in this way, then, having a practice that is more yin, having a practice that helps us to slow down, to turn inward, is particularly relevant and helpful. So give yourself this opportunity to sink, to drop the doing, for a few moments longer. Okay, so then you can bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and draw your legs together, and we'll bring the legs all the way up the wall now. So you can take your strap and we'll bind the thighs. So placing the strap right around the thighs, and I recommend making the strap pretty snug. You don't want it to cut off circulation or anything, but make sure it's pretty snug. That way you can relax the legs a little bit more. Just make sure the strap and the buckle is not on the skin or not on the knees. And once again, releasing your arms out to your sides. And if you want an extra little stretch, you could reach your arms up towards the sky and then out behind you. And find a little length in the side body. And once again, returning to simple presence. Observe the breath as it enters and exits the body. And if you're in your home practice, you have more time, you could always stay longer from here. Otherwise, we'll just unloop strap. And then roll to one side. And we'll just take a very short Savasana. So coming to lie down on your back, extending your legs, releasing your arms. And letting go. Notice any subtle shifts, little subtle shifts in the physical body, in the breath, in the mind. Letting go. If you have longer in your home practice, you can stay a while longer in Shavasana, but we will close our practice here. So you're welcome to take a seat, and if you'd like, you can bring your hands together in a gesture of gratitude. Thank you for your practice.